Commentator David Morgan, and you are watching a Southeast High School production.
My name is Xavier Asensio. I'm also one of your commentators watching this fantastic duel between Southeast Seminoles and the Braden River Pirates. So,
Yes.
David, who do you think is going to win this game?
I'm going to be a rebel here. I think Braden River might win this game.
Yeah, I'm going to have to kind of agree with you on this because Braden River's defense has been relatively really strong, along with just how they've overall had really good defense compared to Southeast. But we don't know. Let's see who wins this game.
Ooh, they currently have possession on the 15-yard line. Ooh, that is about a gain of 1 yard maybe.
All right.
They are very, very close to the end zone and have possession. I think they are likely going to get a touchdown very soon.
Southeast defense needs your help.
All right, so it seems like they're stopping at the 15-yard line. So we're doing pretty decent so far. Would you agree, David?
Southeast has been doing good on their defense, but Braden River has had a very, very good offense so far, and I think that might carry them to victory.
100%. I'm going to have to agree with you on that, David. But now that Braden River has its first down, let's figure out and see what they're going to do. Oh, and slaps the ball out their hands and causes a fumble.
Pass on Braden River's end, right there.
It seems like what Braden River was trying to do was they were going to have one player set up and run past completely everybody. And if they would have caught the ball, it wouldn't have worked. Right, David?
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see this next play right here. This is I have a feeling this is going to be interesting.
Right. Let's see what strategy Braden River is cooking up here and how Southeast is going to counter this.
They might be going for a field goal. I can't tell. That they are. They are attempting a field goal. Let's see how this ends up.
Let's see what they're going to do here. All right. Number 24 passes it, kicks. Oh,
and that is good.
That is good. All right. So
the Pirates are now in the lead with a 3-2-0 score.
Right. So Knowles now get possession of the ball and will start on first down.
Yep. So how do you think this game is going so far from both a Southeast and Braden River's end?
So from a Southeast perspective, I feel like this is very comebackable because the fact that they defended really well and Braden River only got 3 points compared to potentially 7, that's really that overall that can make a difference in the end of the game. But I really think that Southeast could really come back here with their defense.
It could. From Braden River's end, I think they're very happy right now with getting that far, especially with how good Southeast defense is. And the broadcast hadn't started yet, but their defense was very good, which you will see soon. I think they're feeling pretty proud of themselves right now.
Yeah, 100%, especially considering that Southeast is the 9th best team in the whole state. And they're running it. Oh! But obviously that's first down, and that's a huge yard increase, David.
Yeah, that's roughly the 53-yard line. That's rather close to the end zone compared to places we've been before.
100%. And see, this is the type of strategy, this is the type of stuff that Southeast needs to be doing a little bit more. As long as they kind of keep this momentum up of where they have this sense of finesse and defense, there's no way that they can't lose in this game. Right, David?
I agree, yes. Next play is starting. Let's see how this goes.
Let's see what happens here. Let's see what strategy Southeast is cooking up over here. How Braden can counteract this. Okay, passes the ball.
Throw the ball to one of their receivers.
He's running. Oh, actually.
Roughly a gain of 7 yards, I'd say.
Number 0 by Jaden Fields. He's a T and a rebounder, a senior that's 6'1" and 205.
That's a good piece of a first down right there. I mean, you can't ask for too much. Never underestimate a good 7 yards.
No, 100%. Like, especially in the end of the game, that could really make the difference between you winning and you losing. And especially in those games that give you, like, how do I say it? Like, when we put it in the perspective of these really competitive football games, especially when you get to the end of the year, 7 yards could really make a large difference. And especially when you get towards how it is right now, it could really make a large impact. Right, David?
It could, yes. Let's see how this next play goes.
Third down and almost 4 yards.
penalty for
That will move the
offsides
chains,
against Braden River.
and that will be
Alright.
another Seminole first down.
Seminole first down. All right, that's really good for Southeast so far on this
That
end.
is very good. Penalties for the other team are very good for you, especially when they get something like a first down, as we just saw.
Right. Honestly, I think with Southeast here, I think as long as they have this solid grasp of getting these free yards, it's gonna make their job 10 times easier of getting a touchdown, and it just gives them easy points and gives them like that iron fist lead, especially at the end of the game. That becomes really
The team is
important.
getting some quality H2O from our lovely management team led by Coach John Carr and our student managers and athletic crew. Way to go, team.
This game has been going well for both teams, though, I would say. How do you think about this?
I really think that overall with both teams, I think they're doing really good, and they're both on top of their game so far.
They are, yes. We're currently in a timeout.
And honestly, from what I'm seeing here, Southeast has Southeast is approaching this like a different strategy compared to DeSoto County. From what it seems like they're still playing that defensive strategy, but from what I'm seeing, they're also playing offensively. So they're mixing up the defensive plays and the offensive plays, which is really good if they're going to get a touchdown. And as we can see here, they're starting at the about 40th yard line, if I remember that.
Yep, let's see how this goes.
Number 4 is running down.
A running play. Ooh.
No gain on the play.
That doesn't look so
I don't
great.
think that is a gain of any yards.
Yeah, I think that turns into a second down if I'm not mistaken. Alrighty, so it seems like they subbed out number 15 if I'm correct, since he's heading back, or
Put a number 4 in.
put number 4 in.
Let's see how this next play goes. Ooh.
Oh, he catches it.
Oh, they passed to
He
number
intercepts
2?
it. Number 2 is running.
That is a first down for
No gain on the
Southeast.
play.
That is fantastic. Number 2 is Travis Powell. He's a wide
The
receiver
number
and
25.
a FS. He's a junior, 6'2",
And that looks
and
like it's another
175.
Southeast.
Very good catch from number 2,
First
if I do
down.
say so myself. That was very impressive.
Yeah, that is very impressive, and especially now that they have these free yards, they're gonna have a much easier time getting these touchdowns, which is very critical because right now, we got less than 5 minutes in the first quarter already. So this is gonna really put Southeast in a good position for quarter 2.
We're currently on the 25-yard line, and let's see how this next play goes. Okay, they pass the ball to number 4. Ooh, I don't think that is a gain of anything.
No, I'm pretty sure that goes straight to second down.
Yeah.
No gain on the play.
Yep, no gain, so it's second down.
2nd and 10. Let's see how this goes.
Alrighty, let's see if Southeast can get at least a field goal, or if they can get past Braden River and get a touchdown, hopefully.
Possibly. I do think it is very within the realm of possibility to obtain a touchdown on Southeast's end.
Right, 100%. And from what I'm seeing here, it really looks like they're trying to approach Braden River at a different approach, which is going to be good for them.
Okay, let's see how this play goes. Okay. Ooh, a running play. Ooh, that is a gain of roughly 7 yards, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that puts them in first down, if I'm not mistaken.
3rd and 2nd, I believe.
Third and
Third
second.
and
All right,
short.
thank you for the correction.
Nice little run there.
Alrighty, so it seems like with
Marvelous
Southeast, they're
Jackson.
having this consistency of gaining yards, but now I think they're trying to set something up that completely deceives Braden River, and then someone from the opposite side can take the ball and get the touchdown.
I agree, yes. Let's see how this next play goes. My prediction for this next play is that they're going to try and throw the ball to one of their receivers and get it just a burst touchdown.
Right, and I think they're going to do that too. Before it goes
Ooh.
running in, he
Attempting
throws
a
it.
pass.
Ooh,
it's
gets the
caught
ball, gets the
by-
ball.
Outside.
Ooh,
Tackle just short of the goal line.
just
there.
short,
Just short of the goal line.
just short.
Reese
First
Wilson
in
with the
inches,
catch.
I'd say. And that was one great catch by number 1, if I
Mind
do
you,
say so
that looks
myself.
like another Southeast.
Mr. Jaden
First
Fields.
down.
Alrighty, so let's see what they're going to be doing here. It seems like they're coming up with a not new plan, but it seems like they're planning something here. Alright, we're getting in position. Pass in, pass in. Ooh, that's...
Oh, looks like there's a fumble on the play, and Braden River picks it up.
Oh, Braden River got a fumble. No, Southeast got a fumble, and Braden River picks up the ball.
Turnover.
Yup, and turnover to Braden River.
That is not good. You cannot be making those turnovers and expect to win.
At 100%. That's not good for Southeast.
Yeah, you need to step up your game on that. Dropping the ball is, well, I mean, it's dropping the ball. You can't be doing stuff like that.
Right. It's very critical because now we have 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in the game, or the first quarter, at least, excuse me. And Braden River has the possession of the ball and turn it over. This isn't looking too good for Southeast. However, I think since it's only the first quarter, they still have time relatively, but it will be a lot more difficult to get back in that rhythm they were compared to the last game. Would you agree, David?
I agree. Let's see how this next play turns out.
Alrighty, so
okay,
gets the ball. Oh, they're fighting for it.
They're pushing him back.
Push. Ooh.
That's
Nice.
a loss of yards, I believe.
Yeah, that
Loss of 2 on the play.
loss of 2 yards. That's good defense on
That
Southeast.
is very good for Southeast. Just a quick reminder of the score. The Pirates are currently up 3-0.
And from what I'm seeing here, it seems like Southeast is actually starting to adapt to Braden River's plays. So with Braden River getting like the fumble and everything else, it seems like Southeast is actually taking notes and they're like paying attention to their tricks because Southeast has been doing these things similarly and they know the counterplays of this.
That is a pass.
Screen pass.
And that is roughly a gain of 5 yards.
About 5 yards.
Exactly 5 yards.
Still 3rd down and long.
Exactly 5 yards. David, what is the down on this? Is it 2nd down or 3rd down?
This is 3rd down, I believe.
3rd down, okay. Southeast, if Southeast keeps his defense up and they keep defending and not let Braden River get their downs reset, Braden River is going to be in a tough position and Southeast might be able to get more points throughout. Maybe not in the first quarter, but potentially and most likely in the second quarter if they keep this momentum up. Right, David?
Yes, I do agree. Yeah, they are running.
Oh, number 4.
That is a large pass to number 4, and that is a 1st down for Braden River.
Jumped straight from the 10-yard line all the way to the 35-yard line.
That was a great play from both their quarterback and the receiver, with their receiver number 4, Mr. Jake Polson. That was one great catch, if I do say so myself.
100%. I can't describe that better. From what I'm seeing here, both teams are treating this like a strategy game. From what Braden River's perspective is doing, they're going to get the good plays, they're going to get the good passes, they're going to get the fumbles, but the only issue is that if they don't hold the ball and get consecutive points and Southeast is able to turn it over, all these plays will not matter.
Yeah. They are. Braden River has been gaining a lot of field though in their plays. They're going straight for that end zone. They have their goal and they know how to achieve it. Let's see how their execution plays out there.
100%. If you haven't spent much time in Southeast, in the east we have lovely sunrises, and now in the west the sun is setting. But as the night comes up, the neon night of the student section led by SGA is going to rise.
Okay. A lot of excitement down in the audience currently. People are very much into this game.
100%, and right now with Southeast is in a very good position, not with just outside of the sport, but within the sport too. Because like I said, as long as they keep this defense up, they're going to be good, and they can't mess this up.
And that is a false start.
Offsides by Southeast.
False start on
5-yard
Southeast.
pickup.
That is a gain of 5 yards.
First down.
Ooh, that's Braden River.
That is not good at all.
That is not. That is one big thing I see people get caught on a lot is false starts. You can't get false starts. You have to restrain yourself until the play actually.
100%. Like with false starts, even though it may not.
That is a gain of roughly 1 yard, maybe I'd say.
Or actually, maybe a gain of no yards.
Possibly. That was a very good defensive play on the Southeast side.
Pretty short gain on the play.
Yeah, second down, so no yards gained here, if I'm correct. Yeah, like with Southeast, as long as Southeast has his defense and they're having this consistent level of being able to block back the people that are holding the ball, if they keep this up, Southeast cannot mess this up, and they're going to be in a good position for the next quarter and maybe for even the rest of the game. Right, David?
I agree. Ooh, Braden River throws the ball.
And passes it.
He is down. That is a gain of 3
pass,
yards, I believe.
Pick up over about 2.
Bringing us to roughly 3rd and 2.
And that is the end of the first quarter, guys. So right now, as of the first quarter, Knowles has 0 points, but the Pirates have only 3 points. David, do you think Southeast is going to be able to turn this around in the second quarter?
Well, you see, it's still anyone's game right now. I could easily see Southeast taking the lead in the second quarter, and I can easily see Braden River defending their current lead in the second quarter.
100. Yeah, you're right. Like it's anyone's game, like you said. So, like Southeast still has this good defense, and their offense is actually doing pretty well. So I would say if they find a way to get past Braden River's little tricks, then Southeast is going to be set up to where they are able to get past Braden River and start scoring points, and actually maybe hold Braden River back from even doing anything, how they did with the soda county.
I agree, yes. Again, it is anyone's game. I could easily see it going either way. However, if I'm just being honest, I do see Braden River winning this game. They have performed very well recently.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing with Braden River and based off of how the first quarter went, this is going to be, well, we can't just say one side's going to win because we go to their school, but it's going to be a very hard-fought game based off of what we've seen.
It will. This will be a very close competition between these two teams.
100%. And it seems like the Pirates will start off with possession of the ball in the second quarter.
They will. Let's see how this play goes. Okay, and that is a running play.
I don't think that's any gain on
Looks like they are moving the chains. Braden River, first down.
That is a first down on Braden River's end. They were very close, and that was a very good play. Really fighting for that first down right there.
100%, David. They were really trying to do everything they could, and Southeast was just blocking everything. As long as Southeast keeps this up, they're gonna be good.
But they did succeed at the end. They did in the end get that first down.
Let's see. Okay. Oh! Just tosses it right to the ground.
That is an incomplete pass on Braden River's end.
Incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Second down and 10.
Second down and a 10-yard loss decrease, if I'm correct.
No, it's just a second and 10.
Second and 10. All right, thank you for the correction, David.
Seems they are huddling together to discuss something.
Seems like it looks like Braden River is actually making out some subs, putting out from what it looks like one. No, never mind. Excuse me.
Yeah, number 1 and number 2.
Seems like they might actually do something with both of them. They might make a strategic play here.
Let's see how this goes. Ooh, I think this is going to... Yep.
Oh, the long shot. Oh!
Ooh, another incomplete pass, bringing us to 3rd and 10.
Ooh, that is not good for Braden River.
If they don't get a first down this play, Southeast will have possession of the ball.
And it'll be Southeast's turn.
Yeah, that will be.
I think, honestly, with Southeast, something that I feel like that they should do, because Braden River likes to play tricks and likes to take big risks for the big rewards. So I think if Southeast plays it safe but then goes in for the treat in the end, I think that they could have a much higher chance of winning compared to Braden River by, for example, them just overhauling the ball with what just happened right there.
Yeah. Ooh. They pass the ball.
And a nice slam by number 24.
That is a loss of about 3 yards. That was not a good play on Braden
Fourth and
River's
long.
end.
Number 24, Keyshawn Williams,
14.
is center as a senior,
Appears
is
to be
5'10".
making
Great
an
job
appearance.
on that slam there.
That was.
That was a very good slam. I almost felt it from here. Right, David?
Yeah, that was crazy. I could feel it all the way up here.
You feel like the force.
Let's see. So it seems you are currently at 4th and 14. Do you think they can make it? Do you think they can make 14 yards and 1 down?
I don't think that they could if Southeast is able to block in and defend them. As long as they play their cards right, because like they said, like I said in our last broadcast, this is all about a strategic and a competitive game. If they play their cards right, the odds will be in their favor 9 times out of
Flag on
10.
the play.
That they are. Ooh, a flag on the
Be a
play.
delay of game. 5-yard penalty against Braden River.
Yep, told
That
you.
is a 5-yard penalty against Braden River on top of the yards they've already lost for delay of game. I think this is roughly 4 and 20. That is not a position you
Not
wanna
good
be
at
in.
all for Braden River here. Southeast
Yeah.
is most likely going to get possession of the ball.
Yeah.
We can see what Southeast has in play here.
And they are punting the ball.
And it seems like Southeast might take possession of the ball here. Rolls over.
Wow, that's a great roll. And the ball will be down at the 5-yard line.
Okay. Southeast now has possession at the 5-yard line. This is a very, very far away from the end zone, but I do think Southeast's offense could make it. Their offense has
Oh, we have a
performed very well
changeover.
this
Let's hear it
season. What do you
for
think?
100%. Southeast has been doing very,
cheerleaders.
very well, not only in just in this game as well, but they've just been consistently doing good throughout
I'm
this
sorry, I
entire
didn't hear you.
this entire
Let's
season.
hear it for
And
the
not only that, but
Southeast
they're
cheer team.
number 9 in the whole state, which is good on their end. And this is just going to generally be very interesting to see what they're going to do here.
Yeah,
Good job,
let's see
ladies.
what's going to happen on this next play.
Even the band kids are cheering them on. Let's see what Southeast
Yeah.
can do here. See what plays and strategies that they got in their pockets. Alrighty, so we're getting
Let's
position.
see. Okay, they. Oh, ooh. That was a good running play on Southeast end with a roughly
David Johnson on the
25-yard
carry.
gain, bringing us to 1st and 10.
Yeah, this is David. This is exactly what I've been
Nearly
talking about. Like, if they
25-yard carry
play
there.
it safe like this
And
and
another
get like
Southeast.
Yeah.
those moderate
First
risks,
down.
but they go in, get the reward, and then at the end they risk it, they're gonna have an easier time doing this.
Yeah.
And as long as they play their cards, they're gonna be fine. Like
Yeah.
I said earlier, this is all a strategic game, like Marvel Rivals. You gotta play your cards carefully.
The way I've always seen it is you can either push through their defense or go around their defense.
Right.
And with the last one, they chose to push.
The pass is
Ooh,
number
they
1.
pass to number 1.
Oh, he's running.
Oh, he's going.
Oh,
Ooh.
they're out of
I
bounds.
think that is a 1st down. And it is. That is 1st and 10 again for Southeast.
I believe they're starting. David, are they
13-yard
starting at the
And
45th
another
yard line or the
Southeast.
50th yard line?
First down.
They are roughly the 45-yard line.
Thank you for the clarification, David.
That is 2 firsts down in a row. Southeast's offense really has been doing well ever since they've gotten possession. Now, hopefully they don't mess it up with a turnover right at the end like last time.
Yeah, I think they learned from their mistakes here. So let's see what Southeast can do right now. Okay. Ooh, oh.
Okay, and that is a gain of 0 yards right there. Very, very good defensive play from
Short gain there.
Braden River's end. They just
Southeast,
stopped him
second down,
right
not
in his
yet.
tracks.
I think honestly with Braden River, it seems like they're playing grouped together. Like they're having a lot of their bigger players like all put in the middle, and they're trying to get the person that has the ball. What I really think that they could probably do is that they could go around and weave around the people, because if they were to do that, they'd only have to deal with, in theory, 1 to 2 people. This is just for food for thought, right, David?
Ooh, they passed the ball
And
to
they
number
pass
2.
the ball, and they run it.
And that is
They're
another
running it.
first down.
Another first down. He's still going. Oh, that is great.
Another 1st and 10 for Southeast. I see them getting a touch ball with this touchdown with this
Touchdown, yeah, there you
possession.
Yeah, David. So like I said, like if they keep
Feeding in the
doing
circle
this, they're
button.
gonna be fine. Like if they play moderately risky and not like long hauling the ball, they're going to be
That's
good.
another Southeast.
From
First
what I've
down.
seen, Southeast has been a mostly defensive-based team, but their offense has been performing better than their defense this match, and it's very interesting to say the least. It's weird to see the switch up.
100%. And this overall, we're 100% in for a treat tonight, right,
Yeah.
David?
I wholeheartedly agree. Ooh. Oh,
Okay,
the quarterback is
he's
running.
gonna run it. He's gonna run it. Ooh.
Ooh, that is a gain of 3 yards, I'd say, bringing us to second and seventh.
Yeah, second and seventh. Thank you.
Gain of 1.
Yeah, so like with Southeast as well, something I'm noticing is that they're starting to see what Braden River's strategy is doing, because in the first quarter, from what was happening, Southeast was trying to get a feel of what Braden River's strategy and how they're going to play. Like, what is their composition looking like? And now that Southeast kind of figures out, like, okay, they're going to play group together, we'll go around them. Okay, they play some of our tricks, we're going to just feed them their own, we're going to give them a taste their own medicine.
Ooh.
Timeout, Braden River. While we're at this timeout, we want to thank you again for attending tonight's game. In case you're missing any action away from Southeast, college football score, Louisville 14, Miami 0. In the first quarter, Louisville 14, Miami 0. Seattle Mariners are up 1-0 at the top of the 5th. Let's go, M's!
Alrighty, so
The
from
Lightning
what
are down.
Southeast is seeing here, not even just in
1-0
Southeast, but
in
from
the
what is
first.
happening here, it seems like
And the
they're
Wild and
taking
Capitals are
the strategy
tied
of
at
Braden
0.
River, and they're having just this overall juxtaposition with Braden River, and they're adapting to their strategy. So as long as Southeast can see through this, because Braden River's playing groups, as long as they see through this, Southeast is going to be fine so far. So let's see what Southeast has in store here.
Let's see how this goes. They are currently on the 35-yard line, and they are very close to the end zone. Ooh. Okay, they are running.
That was a very good play on number 4 by Cornelius Fields. He's a wide receiver and a CB, a senior, 5'9", and it's 132.
Third down.
Yeah, just overall, I think that as long as Southeast plays these strategies, and I know I've said this before, this is just food for thought. If they play like this, if they play risky towards the end, but they still play moderately safe, they're going to be fine. Because at the end of the day, football is just about having a strong strategy and having this fundamental of who's good and who's bad on this.
Yeah, let's see how this next play goes.
Another timeout
Flag on the
the
play.
field here by Southeast.
Alrighty, let's see what Southeast is going to plan up in here, because they could get a potential touchdown from how close they are to the field goal.
I agree, yes, and they are currently on a timeout called by Southeast. You know, I have always wondered what goes on in those huddles during a timeout. What do they discuss?
Actually, David, that is a very good question now that you bring it up. If I were to have to guess, it's probably seeing like what the other team is going to do.
NBA
Because
preseason scores
at the end of the
right
day, you
now,
can't
the
really
Nets
know
are
what
at
the other team is going to actually do. The only thing you could do is predict or
26
logically
to
think about
76.
what they could do. Like, just think about possibilities. So I think what Southeast is doing, whenever they're huddling up, is they're looking at how they played last time, and they're like, okay, so they went around our entire defense, and maybe we need to have more people spread out individually, and we should play by this until they change something else up.
I agree. We are currently on third down, if I'm not mistaken. I believe this play is going to be rather quite interesting. Let's see what happens. Okay, and there's a running play. Ooh!
Okay,
They
he's
tricked him
running.
and passed it to one of the receivers, and that is a first down for
Play action
Southeast.
out to
Very,
Fields.
very good play, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, that is a
Another
very
Seminole
good play.
first
Like
down.
one of the best plays we've had so far. If I do say so myself, what like David said. And also with just with Southeast in general, they're doing really good. And like I said before, they play safe like this, they play risky as well, they're gonna be fine. But in the same aspect, with Southeast's strategy, it's not like other teams. It's not like, okay, we have defense here, we have offense here, you do this, you do that. No, they're playing like a team. They know each other, and they know what they're going to do.
Okay, we are currently on the 15-yard line. Ooh, and that is a running play.
Quarterback keeper.
Oh,
for Southeast.
there we go, and the quarterback runs into the end zone, resulting in a touchdown for Southeast. That was one crazy play right
That
there.
is a crazy play, dude. I
That
didn't even
was right
notice.
there. That is some impressive skills on the quarterback, pretending to pass it to their running back, fooling the other team, fooling me even, and then going straight into that end zone. That takes a lot of knowledge. and
Literally just
dedication.
deceived. Like that's exactly what I'm talking about when Southeast should risk it and get these types of plays. And now they lead the point game by 3 individual
And that is
points.
unsuccessful on the 2-point conversion. That is set. We are Southeast is currently in the lead with a score of 6-3. Southeast has been performing very well this game, if I do say so.
100%. And Southeast understands that Braden River is not going to go down without a fight. So Southeast is going to have to play their cards much more strictly, and they're going to have to be like, okay, so Braden River does this, and they're going to have to really break down and analyze what Braden River's plays are and what they're really going to do and try their best to predict. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you can't know what they're going to do until after they do that plan. So the only thing that they can do is just predict what they'll do.
I agree. Southeast is currently kicking the ball to Braden River, with Braden River soon to have possession. Let's see how this possession on Braden River's ends go. I could see this going very well for them.
You're right. And as long as Southeast has like this defense, they're going to be fine. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what magic they got cooking up.
Okay. And they now have possession of the ball. They are running. There we go. They are down on roughly the 45-yard line.
Just got completely surrounded by Southeast over there with a very, very strong tackle, ensuring that Braden River doesn't get any more yards than what they need.
Yeah, they got surrounded, but they kept moving for a good bit after getting surrounded. You got to commend the energy behind that.
100%. You gotta really look at both of their determination because Braden River knows that Southeast is beatable. Even though we are not the best team, Braden River looks at Southeast as so beatable and winnable. That's what fills them. They're filled with determination, and Southeast is also filled with determination. And they know, both teams are aware that they have their own strengths and their own flaws, and they're going to use them to their advantage. And just overall, they're going to really play carefully here because, like you said, David, this could be anyone's game. So we don't know who's going to win or who's going to lose until the very end.
Okay. Ooh, and that is a loss of roughly 3, maybe 4 yards. That is not good. You do not want to be doing that as an offense.
100%, and especially with how they're defensing, they're not just tackling people, they are slamming Braden River on the ground. Like, they're grabbing people with the ball, and they're just grabbing them and just making sure by all means that they do not lose an inch so that they can get the either second down or even actually lose yards whenever they have the ball.
Okay, let's see how this next play goes. Okay. Ooh, and they throw the ball out. Ooh, and that is a gain of no yards, I believe.
Yeah, I
They
think
are currently on still 3rd and 10, I believe, right there.
3rd and 10, thank you. So honestly with football, this entire game is just all about strategy. Like I mentioned earlier with Marvel Rivals, you can't win the game without having a balanced competition or a composition. And basically with Southeast, it's kind of similar. They can't have a good quarterback without having good defense. They can't have good throwers without having good offense. They can't have certain things without ensuring that certain people get certain tactics implemented.
I agree. Ooh.
Oh,
Very large play. And that is a touchdown for Braden River.
They score a touchdown.
Very, very good play on Braden River's end, leading all the way into the end zone from the 45-yard line. That is impressive.
Very, very impressive. Like, honestly, I didn't even notice that Braden River was getting that pass over until people were starting to shout for Braden River.
Yeah.
And like this is the art of football. Like, from what I'm seeing here, this is all just about playing your cards right. And if your cards are in your favor, you play and you go all in. Football is just like that. Sometimes you got to just run through it, and you got to not just hope, but you got to just run through it and get all your might until you're literally on the ground and you can't move and the ball's out of your hands. And honestly, both of these teams realize that, and that's good for both ends here.
Let's see how this conversion attempt goes. And that is successful from kicker number 77.
The Braden River Pirates 9, Southeast Seminoles 6.
With Southeast, I have a little bit of a proposal. Like, this is just food for thought. Like, these are just hypotheticals of just what is. From what I'm seeing with Southeast, not Southeast, but with Braden River is consistently having these setups. Like, they're having these moments where they have a player go in, either distract the entire team, say, look at me, do not look over there, and the other person is already set up where they can either catch the ball and no one's in the way and they're open, or they go completely straight through and they group up and they protect the guy that has the ball, and the person can run straight through without having barely anyone to deal with. And I think as long as Southeast can, I don't want to say as long as Southeast notices this, but as long as Southeast adapts to this throughout the game, I think Southeast can generally have a solid chance. And like me and David said earlier, like it's still anyone's game. We've got 5 minutes in the second quarter, so anything could happen.
Okay. Southeast now has possession of the ball. Let's see how this goes. They are running very, very well with that. Ooh, all the way to the 50-yard line. They now have very, very, very good field position from that. Let's see how this possession goes.
This is a very good advantage point for Southeast because they just ran like half the field and landed exactly at the 50-yard line, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what Southeast is going to approach here, because I'm curious on how they're going to either change up their composition of their team or how they're going to approach Braden River, because Braden River has been copying, I don't want to say copying, but Braden River has been using more of like the trickster tactics based off of how Southeast has been playing and from what Braden River has been playing.
Braden River is currently up with a score of 9-6 with 5 minutes left on the clock. Let's see how this will go.
Let's see what magic they're cooking in here.
Okay, it is a running play, and that is a gain of 0 yards, bringing us to 2nd and 10.
Honestly, from that last play, I noticed that a lot of Braden River's players, they're all focused in the center, and there's barely anyone in like the left or the right center, or left or right part of the field, excuse me. I think that what they can do is they can put one of their wide receivers or someone that's fast, preferably maybe number 2, and they could run in with number 2 and set him up to where no one's open, and they could deceive the whole team and actually trick them.
Okay, and we are throwing to number 2. Ooh, and that was a very good play by number 2, Mr. Travis Powell, with a gain of roughly 5 yards, bringing us to 3rd and 5th.
And like I said earlier, that got them an easy 5 yards. If number 2 would have ran through the whole thing, he would have been good for days and gotten that free touchdown. So I think, obviously, I don't know if that would work again with Braden River, but I think if they were to do something like that again, it would probably work this time, or at least most likely.
How this is gonna go. And they pass the ball. Ooh, that is an incomplete pass on Southeast end, bringing us to 4th and 5.
That's not good for Southeast at all. I would probably say, because like I said, Braden River is still having this strong grouping in the middle. So couldn't they put in like a little trickster strategy and mess with Braden River and then get through the other side? Because it did work last time, so it wouldn't hurt to do it again, or at least provide some larger amount of defense or actually offense against Braden River if it's that hard to get through.
And Southeast is subbing in more players, and interestingly enough, subbing out number 2, who just recently made a very good play. I wonder what they're cooking up with this one.
I wonder what they're actually going to implement here.
And
Let's see what's happening. All right, so.
Delay a game.
Oh yeah, it was a delay.
That is a delay of game,
5-yard penalty.
resulting in a 5-yard penalty on Southeast's end. That brings us back to 10 yards till a first down. That is not good, just going and undoing what we just did.
Right, David. And honestly, from what I've seen, from what they were doing, they were playing all grouped before that pass.
Oh, and that is an incomplete pass on Southeast's
Oh,
end.
that's not good.
That would have been crazy if number 4 had caught that.
And like I noticed with their plays earlier, I noticed that Southeast had actually a larger group when they were about to throw in the ball from the previous play. If they would have had done that completely, I think they would have been successful and pushed through. And because now they're seeing that Braden River is playing groups. So if they get past either the group passing or they use this sense of going to the other side and missing the whole team completely and having some sort of defense for that one player that's going to catch the long shot ball, I would say that Southeast can make a comeback here. Wouldn't you agree, David?
I agree. Braden River now has possession of the ball, with them currently being up 9-6, with 4 minutes and 21 seconds left on the clock in the second quarter. This is very interesting. The game is about halfway finished currently, and it has been a very, very entertaining game so far.
100%. I gotta agree with you on this, David.
Ooh. And they throw the ball. Ooh. That is an incomplete pass on Braden River's end, bringing us to 2nd and 10.
It seems like, honestly, for what it seems like, this isn't just like a Southeast thing. It seems like Braden River is also having this issue where we're having incomplete passes. Like, we all have, like, butterfingers right now.
Yeah, our receivers on both teams are definitely going to be practicing hard this week. Okay. And they throw the ball to number 1, bringing him down with a roughly 5-yard gain. That was a good play by their wide receiver number 1, Nicholas Celli. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to save this possession. Let's see how this goes.
100%. We got to really analyze and see how Southeast is, not just Southeast, but how both teams are playing. Because Braden River is still having that tactic of going in and having a group offense. Like, they're still playing a strong defense while having a low offense. And Southeast is just trying to have a defense and get the ball passed back to them. So let's see what they're actually going to do here.
Yeah, let's see how this next play is going to turn out. Ooh, and there is a flag on the play.
False start. On Braden River, that's 5-yard penalty.
Ooh,
That is
this
a
would be good.
5-yard penalty on Braden River for a false start. That does not help their current situation.
It really doesn't, David. And from what I'm actually seeing here, I think the goal of Southeast is just to play a strong, solid defense. Because right now, Braden River is in this, I don't want to say this level of staggeredness, but I would like to say Braden River is backed up in a corner to where it's hard to get out of the end goal. And not end goal, but the field goal. Because getting out the field goal is arguably one of the hardest things to do when you're trying to get out of seat position, like in football at least.
Oh, and he is just constantly being pushed back and
that's
throws the
going
ball
to be-
away. That's
going to be...
yes.
There's a discussion on
And that is
grounding
the
here.
end of this possession for Braden River, with Southeast now gaining possession. That was not a good play on the last one. The quarterback just kept backing up, and he could not find space to throw that ball.
100%. And just both teams are making, I don't want to say silly mistakes, but both teams are making these errors.
Flag
And
on the play.
just generally, we're both doing really good.
Intentional grounding, Braden River, which results in a safety. 2 points Southeast.
Oh, wow. we
and
get
that
2
is
points.
a safety for Southeast, getting 2 points after an intentional grounding of the ball on Braden River's end. You can't just be giving away 2 points like that. Now bringing the score with Braden River still in the lead, but it now being 9-8.
Yeah, this is going to be really good for Southeast. And, David, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Southeast gets possession of the ball because of the safety, right?
they would have possession of the ball anyways. That was 4th down.
Yeah, so actually, this will be very good for Southeast because even though we've only got 3 minutes left in the quarter, they now have this pressure and they have this. They got their rhythm back, which is the big thing that they need to get, especially when you're going up against Braden River. And when they have this rhythm, they're going to be able to play more smoothly and they're going to be able to play more comfortably while still being in this calm sense of passing the ball and not feeling pressured compared to Braden River. And like I said with Braden River too, like they were in a very like slippery slope position where if they had good defense with Southeast, they would never be able to get out of there. And Southeast realized that, and they played strategically and hard, and that's why they got the 9 to 8 points with the safety.
And Southeast now has possession of the ball, and they are running it down the field. Let's see how this goes. Number 2 running. Oh, he is going straight. Ooh, all the way to the 30-yard line with number 2, Mr. Travis Powell. That was one good play on his end. That was fun to watch.
That was a fantastic pull right there. Like he ran all the way from almost the 30-yard line, if I'm not wrong, and he ran all the way across the field, giving Southeast a massive advantage. Like, this is what I'm talking about. If Southeast gets these pressure points and puts pressure on Braden River is naturally going to mess some things up, giving Southeast a strategic advantage. And even though we've only got 2 minutes on the clock, they could still stretch it and actually get a lead if they play their cards right, and actually end the first half of the game with a point lead if they play their cards right.
I agree wholeheartedly. Let's see how this next play turns out for Southeast. Okay, and it is a running play. Ooh. Oh, he's still going.
He's still going.
That is a first down for Southeast. All the way to the 40-yard line, right there. Right there. That was one great play by number 5, Mr. Marjavius Jackson. Ooh, he is definitely getting congratulated for that one.
Yeah.
Right there.
I can't agree with you more on that, David. He's gonna be living it great on Monday. I know that. That was I didn't even know that he was even still going until he got up. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Both of these players are filled with determination, and these people are not going to go out without trying. And this is the beauty of football. The beauty of football doesn't really dictate on the players. It's the overall team and how they care.
Ooh. Southeast.
Pass.
And that is an incomplete pass for Southeast. That was...
So it's second and 10.
That was not good. We are now on 2nd and 10.
And even with Southeast here, Southeast can still pull something off here if they play their cards right. And just generally from what I'm seeing, Southeast is not saying picking up the slack or picking up the place is not even a right word. They are adapting at a very rapid rate. They are seeing through Braden River's schemes, and they are putting in different strategies, and they're seeing that as with number 2 and with other players throughout the game. They've just overall been playing really good.
When they pass the ball, that is a first down for Southeast. That was one great play by their wide receiver.
Check that 13.
Yeah, right there. That was great. That was good.
That's another
Southeast's quarterback has been performing very well this game as well. What do you say?
I gotta hard agree with you on this, David. Just everything about both of these teams are doing really good. Like, we are seeing both of these teams trying, and even when we have 2 minutes on the clock, it could still be anyone's game. And this is the exact beauty of watching football. It's just that it's the suspense, it's the art, and it's just overall who can win and who can play their cards better.
Here we go. We now have possession of the ball, and we throw it to number 1, and that is another first down for Southeast. Mr. Reese Wilson. That was one great catch by him. Catch and immediately out of bounds. locking in that position right there.
Southeast never fails to disappoint. That's the first thing I'll tell you. Southeast never fails with the passes, and they never, ever, ever stop. That is the beauty of this. They are playing risky. They know the consequences if they mess it up, but they know that if they win and get the reward, they know that it will be greater than the consequences. So they're aware of this, and they're taking those risks, and that's exactly what football is about. It's about not necessarily gambling, but it's about looking and analyzing if you'll win or if it's a good play, like right here.
And that is a touchdown for Southeast with number 5, Merjavius Jackson, going straight into that end zone with Southeast now taking the lead in the game. That was one great play to watch. What do you say?
That I can't even agree with. I do not have words to express. Yes, Southeast really had to not necessarily just lock in, but Southeast had to really analyze and look deeply on what Braden River was doing and looking at the flaws. And like I said, Southeast is really adapting, and they are finding through Braden River's schemes. And that
is successful on the 2-point conversion, with Southeast now being in the lead 14-9 with 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the second quarter.
And like I said earlier with this podcast, football is like Marvel Rivals. It is like Overwatch. I don't want to say it's a video game, but it's like a strategic competition. It's about having a team that cares about winning, but also having teammates that want to help everyone out, that want to have not this sense of community per se, but having this sense of teamwork. If you do not have teamwork in football, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it will be way harder to win and actually consecutively score points how Southeast has been, and having a strong defense. And if really having defense like this, you really have to know your teammates well, and you have to know if this will work or not, and have to know just your personal weaknesses and strengths.
I agree. Let's see how this possession for Braden River goes. Let's see if they can maybe possibly tie up the score. There we go. They are now running with the ball. Ooh! That was one good defensive play by Southeast with number 5, Josh Salins, going straight down into the ground.
Wow.
They are very far from the end zone now.
Wow, I am completely lost. I am just completely lost for words. Southeast is defense. They're playing offensively and they're defensively. From what I'm seeing, they're actually mixing both of the defensive ideology and the offensive strategic ideas, and they're just putting it together in the same sense of just not just putting everything together, but they are. I'm just completely flabbergasted. They're just playing everything right. There's nothing to talk about other than
when
just
they are running the ball. That is a first down. Oh, he keeps going. Is this going? And all the way into the end zone, giving us a touchdown for Braden River. That was an incredible play. Going all the way from roughly the 35-yard line straight into that end zone. That was fun to watch. That was fun to watch.
Wow, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. This whole game is strategic, and anything could happen. We are 1 minute and 26 seconds into the game, and we are only Southeast is only leading by a point, and we originally thought that we would push into halftime, and now it's anyone's game still. So this game could really change at any moment. This is the exact beauty of it. Anything could happen. Things could change from one point to another, and just everything about football is what makes football football.
Let's see if they can tie up the game with this conversion. See how their kicker does this.
The kick is no good.
Oh, and the kick is no good, with Southeast still being in the lead 16-15.
Wow.
That was a real stroke of luck for Southeast. I thought that kick was going to go in.
Wow. Southeast is really I don't want to say Southeast is taking a lot of risks, but Southeast really got lucky with Braden River not getting that kick, because now that they have possession of the ball, they could potentially get another touchdown and end the game with a potentially 22 lead guaranteed if they get a touchdown. And this is going to be very good on Southeast, even if they don't get the touchdown, because they will still have a point advantage, which at the end of the day, as long as you win by a point, a win's a win. Right, David?
Yeah, as I always say, they don't ask how much, they ask how many.
They ask how many, yeah. No, that is one thing for sure. They don't ask how much, they do ask how many.
Yeah, that is true. Let's see how this possession by Southeast goes. Do you think they might potentially get another touchdown with this possession?
I think based off of how Southeast has been playing, I really think Southeast's strategy, they're really looking at how Braden River's been playing, not only in this quarter, but in the first quarter. If they look at Braden River's plays, Braden River has noticeably not had any defense on the left or the right side, but really only focused in the middle where everyone else is. But Southeast has had it to where they're more spread out, and then as the game, not the game, but when the down actually starts, then they all move in, and basically they storm from behind where most of the players from Braden River can't have a chance to react.
And Braden River is kicking to Southeast with it going outside of the field.
Touchback.
Yeah, the score is currently Knowles up 16-15 with 1 minute 26 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, just with Southeast, I don't want to be sitting here and just talking about Southeast, but just both teams are just having this complexity of where Southeast is having this not sudden defense, but they're having this adaptability, and Braden River is having this offense that can just really keep you on your toes. And just this entire game is we're just in for a treat. Like, anything could happen. So, and we're 1 minute 26 seconds in the game, and barely a second has passed in quarter time, of course.
Dead ball.
I agree. This is going to be very interesting to watch and see how this goes.
Southeast offsetting penalties. First down.
First down for Southeast with 2 penalties offsetting, actually, resulting in a Southeast first down.
This will be very good on Southeast end, because not only does this give them, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, this gives them this iron fist lead, and this gives them this strong pressure on Braden River to make a play and force them to make some sort of sudden act that's going to make Braden River naturally mess up. So as long as Southeast not only keeps this like flow and rhythm going and having this sense of where they pressure Braden River into doing something wrong, making a very wide gap of a point score on Braden River, Southeast is going to have a very good time on beating Braden River and having a good offensive strategy.
I agree. Ooh, and they passed the ball to their receiver, and resulting in a first down for Southeast with their receiver number 0, Mr. Jaden Fields. That was one good catch and one good run, too, evading the defense by Braden River.
100%. And it seems like from how this quarter is playing, if they play their cards right, if they keep playing these type of plays, they're going to win. Not necessarily win, but they're going to end with a point.
And the quarterback is, that is with a loss of 5 yards. That was not good. The quarterbacks on the Braden River were doing very well covering the receivers. That was a very, very good play.
100%. I got to agree with you on this, David. From what is happening so far, David...
No excitement left in the first half. I'd like to thank James Horn Long.
From what I'm seeing here, it seems like they're trying to plan everything else. Like with number 0 and number 2, I'm seeing them play a lot of defense and offense. So it seems like they're going to be the people that are going to be playing, or at least setting up the plays. So I think if Southeast keeps that rhythm of setting things up to where a player can go in, get the touchdown, or at least get the yard line and reset the downs, Southeast is going to be in a very good position, at least for the third quarter.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. This game has been very, very energetic so far, very enjoyable to watch. And it's really been like sort of like a tug of war, like a push and pull motion between these two teams. And let's see how this next play goes with Southeast currently at roughly 2-15.
Let's see what magic they're going to be cooking up this time.
Let's see. And Southeast throws the ball. Ooh, and that is a gain of roughly 10 yards, resulting in roughly 3rd and 5. right there. That was a very good play
pass.
by Southeast's offense.
I think from what I've
Out of
seen
bounds,
there, when they
stops the
pass the ball
5
to
yards to go.
I forgot the number, David. What number was that person that passed the ball?
That was number 4, Mr. Cornelius Fields.
Thank you very much. I think when they passed the ball to number 4, I think number 4 could have ran towards the right, and he could have potentially gotten more yard passes and actually maybe even gotten a touchdown.
Ooh, and that is a pass. Oh, an incomplete pass right there to number
Drop
4.
pass there, which makes it 4th down and 5.
Our quarterback, number 3, Mr. Liam Fernandez, he has been performing
team's
very
taking
well
field.
this game, though. It's very quite well. What do you think about this?
I agree. Number 4, Cornelius Fields. I've seen that he's been the person that's been setting up a lot of the plays, and he's been the person either catching them or at least helping, assisting the plays. And having assists, especially in football, it really goes a long way, especially right now when we've got Southeast at 16 points, we've got 50 seconds in the quarter, and actually in the first half with the Pirates, Braden River being at 15 points.
Okay, and they are running with the ball. And that is a first down for Southeast on roughly the 40-yard line. That was a very good play by number 1, Mr. Reese Wilson, our running back. That was very good play, very fun play to watch.
Ball will be
Yeah,
spotted
really,
on
with
40-yard
Cornelius
line.
Fields, he's doing really
41
good
yard
compared to
line.
the average wide receiver.
And that makes it a
He's really
Southeast
setting things
first
up, and
down.
he's running the second he gets the ball, he already knows where he's supposed to go. He's running and he's trying to pedal all the way to the end, or at least till he's on the ground. Like he knows his goals and he knows where he's supposed to go. This is very good for Southeast's offense and defense.
And if I'm not mistaken,
Official timeout to leave the chains.
and they are taking a timeout currently to discuss something. Okay, and the next play is starting. Let's see how this goes for Southeast. And that is a
Big
sack
sack.
right there with a loss of roughly 10 yards possibly.
Timeout Southeast.
This is not
Ball
good
will
for
be
Southeast.
spotted at the
We
50-yard
got
line.
36.2
Second down.
seconds left on the clock. And honestly, from that play that I just seen, number 0, Jaden Fields, I noticed that he was actually open and nobody was there. I think what they were going to do was they were going to go in, set up number 0. They were going to throw the ball to him, but unfortunately, what number did Braden River tackle our quarterback, David?
I'm not sure. I unfortunately could not see it from this angle.
All right, but regardless, though, it seems like if they would have set that up, not Braden River, but Southeast would have set a very huge advantage on themselves, and it would have actually
Rob
maybe even
Scholl,
gotten a
class of
touchdown.
93, and Metal Building Solutions of Florida.
Yes, I agree.
John Solomon, class of 1993.
Southeast is currently
and
taking a
Solomon
timeout, which
Construction.
they have just exited.
We
Let's
wanna
see
thank
how
our
this
sponsors
next
for
play
supporting
goes. They are,
Southeast Athletics.
to be honest, not in a
And
very good
our
spot
entire
right now.
Southeast
Let's see
family.
if they can get themselves out of it.
If
Let's
you'd like
see
to
what
sponsor
they're actually gonna do here, because I'm very curious,
Southeast,
and we're really in for a
talk to
treat
our
tonight.
athletic
we
director.
are.
We could actually maybe even go into overtime if this goes on for this long. Actually,
Possibly.
possibly.
Second down and 20.
There's currently a second down for Southeast. And they pass the ball to number 4, resulting in a gain of roughly 4 yards with their right receiver, number 4,
Caught the
Cornelius
ball out of
Fields.
bounds. Stops
That was
the
a
clock.
good play, but it simply isn't enough with how far deep we are.
Third down and
currently.
16.
I think honestly with Southeast's plays, they're doing everything right. From what I'm seeing is that they're setting up the one person to go in, but if that person gets tackled, then the entire play would have essentially been useless if they lose yards. However, I think what they could probably do is they could set someone up and send a second person there for like tackling insurance.
Oh, and they pass the ball to their wide receiver, Nisio Rung, and that is a first down for Southeast all the way to the 20-yard line.
This
That
is
right there was one great play with their wide receiver, number 2, Travis Powell. That was amazing.
A Southeast first down.
This is exactly what I'm
On
talking
the
about.
20-yard
Like they set him up, they got the person over, and just overall, like they got.
Clock
Wait,
is
what
stopped.
number was that, David? Who got the ball and intercepted and got to the 20-yard line?
That was number 2, Travis Powell.
Travis Powell really got in there and went through the team. They caught the ball and really set it up. And actually, this time they had another person there, if I am not mistaken. But overall, they're doing everything right. And when we got about 16 seconds on the clock, I think that they can really like cook here if they play their cards right. The odds are not necessarily in their favor, but it could be anyone's game.
Ooh, and they throw the ball to, and that is a touchdown with our wide receiver, number 4, Cornelius Fields. That was one great play right there. That's what you like to see.
Wow, yes, you can't get it better from here, David. Like literally went in there, passed the ball, ran in there, passed the ball, and overall just had a really concrete strategy and just went in there, all risks, all odds in, all money in, and just went in, came home with the prize, ending with 22-15.
That was amazing. Let's see how this conversion attempt goes. Let's see how they do on this.
It's false start by Southeast.
And that is a false start on Southeast during the 2-point conversion attempt. Right there, resulting in a loss of 5 yards, I believe. That will only make this 2-point conversion harder, but it is still doable.
100%. Honestly, with Southeast, now that they understand how to set this up, and now that they've adapted really well, like because their adaptability in this game is really, really good. From compared to the first quarter and to right now, they are really, really focused on how Braden River is playing it. They're analyzing how Braden River's composition is going. And they are aware now that Braden River's left and right side doesn't have that much defense, and they're seeing through that. And now that they notice this, they're going to take advantage
of it. And they throw the ball to their receiver, and that is an unsuccessful 2-point conversion attempt, with Southeast currently being in the lead 22-15 with 8 seconds left in the first half.
Pirates have 15.
Already, I think that might do it for the first half, if I'm not mistaken, David.
That it might.
It might do.
If you're
just overall, just with Southeast, they really had a strong, not just necessarily a strategic battle, but they really fought hard and long for it. They did everything they could, setting up all the possible plays that they could, like setting up number 0, Jaden Fields, and number 4, Cornelius Fields, and just getting like the right composition. And like I said earlier, this is like Marvel Rivals. If you do not have one thing or the other, you cannot succeed. This is a team-based game. You have to work together, and they are, and clearly it shows.
That is true. Southeast is now kicking the ball to Braden River. Let's see how this goes. Braden River is now running the ball down the field, and they go down on roughly the 45-yard line with 4 seconds left on the clock. I think currently what Southeast is going to attempt to do is just simply try and run down the clock and go into halftime so they can really strategize and get together their strategy for the rest of the game. What do you think?
Oh, no, 100%. I think Southeast, because right now with Southeast, they have a really, not only do they have point game advantage, which is the big thing that matters, but now that they have this pressuredness in Braden River, they are really going to have a much easier time in the third and the last quarter compared to right now. Because now that they see through Braden River, now they have the chance to analyze what happened in the first half and be like, okay, this is how we can improve.
And that concludes the first half of the game. That was a very exciting first half, if I do say so myself.
I can't agree with you more, David. We'll be back after the first half with in about 17 minutes or so. Take a break, guys. We'll be back.
And now, your Southeast marching Seminoles and color guard will be setting up for the halftime performance.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Taking the field are the Southeast High School Marching Knolls. Led by Director of Bands Joseph McFarland, assisted by Jakaya Nelson, Brendan Guire, Sharon Garcia de Leon, Aaron Garcia de Leon, Chloe Bayless, Aaliyah Carrington, and Celeste Matthews. The 2025 drum majors are Freddie Candelario and Hamilton Gonzalez Briseño. Band Captain Noah Malave McLyman. Woodwind Captains Melissa Flores Martinez. Brass Captain Johnny Aguirre and Adalberto Manuel. Drumline Captains Rich Neese Polycape and Sinai Young. Nolet's Captains Gabby Mendez and Melanie Batista. Tonight, the Marching Knolls will be performing their 2025 show, Days in Color, based on the writings of Dr. Seuss and the music of Michael Giacchino, Billie Eilish, and Irving Berlin. Ladies and gentlemen, your Southeast Marching Knolls.
Right this way. There you go. Hey, Bug, are they bugging you?
Some days are yellow.
Drum Major Freddie Candelario, is your band ready? You may begin your halftime performance.
Some days are yellow.
Some are blue.
On different days, I'm different too.
Some days are yellow.
Some are blue.
On different days, I'm different too.
You'd be surprised how much I change on different colored days.
On bright red days, how good it feels to be a horse and kick my heels.
On other days, on other things. On bright blue days, I'll flap my wings.
Then comes a yellow day, and whee! I'm a busy, fuzzy bee.
great. Everything is great. I watch, but nothing moves today. Then there's a mix-up day, and wham! I don't know who or what I am.
But it all turns out alright. You see? And I go back to being
Me.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your 2025 Southeast Marching Knolls.
Yo, wait, should I photo bomb them?
Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, I used to be in the room. Hey, Mr. Grimes. Wait, is there any more of that? I do. Really not after. Then like now. Use my phone.
No, it's half.
Stop getting freaky. And then that's the Yeah. Be careful with the high hat as well.
Hey everybody, what's going on? My name's Xavier Asensio, and we are back in the second half of the Southeast Seminoles versus the Braden River, not Knowles, but Pirates. Currently, if you guys are just tuning in, we do not have the scoreboard. We apologize in advance for this, but we will be updating you guys periodically of the score throughout. And currently, for those of you that are tuning in, it is 22-15, 22 being the Knowles and 15 the Pirates. David, how do you think the game's going to start off for the second half, David?
Quite well. Braden River now has possession of the ball, and they are running up to roughly the 23-yard line.
Whoa. Number 14
like
are really getting something heated for a second. Ooh.
On the play.
I'd like to welcome you back to the second half of tonight's game.
Alrighty, so
Southeast
second half
leads
here.
22.
Southeast last
Braden River
half
Pirates
really
15.
carried with the
Pirates have
determination
the ball.
and their strategic plays. They really threw everything they got out there. I'm really curious to see how they're going to approach Braden River this time, because their adaptability was on spot, it was on cue, and just overall, Southeast was really like eagling them down by one step by another. And I'm very curious to see what could happen here.
I agree. I am very interested to see what happens in this second half of the game. And we are currently lining up on the 35-yard line. Oh, and Braden River is running the ball with a gain of roughly 5 yards, I'd say.
Yeah.
Bringing us to about 2nd and 5.
So it seems like Southeast is they're still now having this defensive approach. So something that I'm starting to notice here is that whenever Southeast does not have the ball, they immediately resort to just complete defense. They do not focus on offense. They go straight defense, and they're like, okay, guys, we got to keep these people away from our end goal, and we got to put in everything we've got in our defense. And from what it seems like, it's doing them really, really good. And I'm just overall curious to see what could happen here. Wouldn't you agree, David?
I agree. I am very interested in what could be happening this second half of the game. And let's see in particular how this next play goes. That is coming up right now. And Braden River is running the ball forward. However, they are stopped with a gain of 0 yards, bringing us to 3rd and 5.
Honestly, I'm really curious. Wouldn't you agree that you're really curious to see what
down,
number
10 to go.
0, Jaden Fields, and number 4 can really do, especially with number 2? Aren't you really curious to see what they have in store for this second half, David?
I do. I am quite interested in what they have to do. They have been performing very well. Particularly number 3, Liam Fernandez, and number 4, Cornelius Field, being that quarterback and wide receiver duo, I'd say. They have been performing quite well. Ooh, and Braden River is throwing the ball and that is a first down for Braden River, with them throwing the ball to number 22, Mr. Grayson Kelly. That was a very good catch by Grayson. I am interested to see what they do next with their now 1st and 10.
Right, David. I can really see Braden River is actually starting to kind of adapt as well. Like they're picking up the pace with Braden River, but just with Braden River as well, they're also seeing just how Southeast is accumulating their individual plays. And especially with how the momentum of this game is going, we're still going.
First down was
I agree.
established, so it will be 1st down and 10 after they march back 15 yards.
Okay, so that is a 15-yard penalty. However, it is still 1st and 10 for Braden River.
Yeah, honestly, that's not really good for Braden River, especially if they have possession of the ball. Like this is going to give Southeast a really strong advantage here, because Braden River, and honestly, like I said from the last half, Braden River's biggest problem from them getting out, or at least defending the touchdown in the first half, was getting out of the field line, and they're kind of in that area. So if Southeast can either keep them there, they should be
And
good.
Braden River throws the ball to their wide receiver, and that is a first down again with wide receiver number 22, Grayson Kelly. He has been performing very, very well recently with the last 2 or 3 plays.
100%, David. I can't agree with you more, but it's not even just about that, too. It's just like with our individual players as well, I'm starting to see that when one player has a good play, it's influencing everyone else, and then it's either like after like they either set something up and get an assist, or they come in and they have defense and they have one of their tricking strategies.
And Braden River is attempting to run the ball with a gain of 0 yards, bringing us to 2nd and 10. Just a reminder for people tuning in, Southeast is currently winning 22-15.
Right, you heard that, folks. It's 22-15, 22 being Southeast and 15 for the Pirates with exactly 10 minutes in the 3rd quarter. But overall, though, with both teams are having this sense of element of surprise, and especially in the 2nd quarter at the very end, right before halftime, it was really, honest to God, it was really anyone's game. So, like, it could have either been Southeast didn't get that touchdown and they would have still had a lead point either way, or they would have gotten nothing in return and still would have had a lead point.
It is now 2nd and long due to a penalty on Braden River. That is not good for them. That is a very long way to go.
I think actually this is the 2nd penalty that has occurred in over the course of a minute, I would argue.
And that is a gain of no yards, if I'm mistaken, now being 3rd and long for Braden River. This is a very, very big hole they've put themselves in. Let's see if they can dig them out of it.
So with Southeast strategy, what I'm seeing here is that Southeast is not necessarily having the goal of just, hey guys, you should 100% barricade Braden River from the field goal. They're approaching it like that, but in the sense they're trying to make Braden River not purposely make fouls, but they're trying to make Braden River naturally mess up, causing fouls, giving Southeast a more strategical advantage here from what is happening so far.
I agree, and Braden River throws the ball and is now currently running with a gain of roughly 5 yards. However, is it enough? I don't believe it is. They are currently on a 3rd down, I believe. 4th down, my apologies.
13 or 14 yards.
And like I mentioned earlier too, it looks like Southeast is really having this iron fist pressure on Braden River. If they keep this up on Braden River, Southeast is going to have a much easier time to win. But even then, we still kind of don't know whose game is what. Even though it's 22 to 15, we still don't know who could win. It's anyone's game, and anything could happen, especially how the 2nd quarter happened. Literally, the ball could be turned over at any moment.
I agree wholeheartedly. And Braden River is kicking the ball to Southeast, with Southeast now having possession. Oh, and running straight through that defense. He's keep going. Roughly to the 45-yard line all the way. That was one great play.
Oh, David, what number was that from? What? Because that, not only was that a really good play, but it was really just.
Okay. Yeah, that was number 2, Mr. Travis Powell. He has been doing very well this game.
Travis Powell has really been on fire this season. He's really the firefighter of Southeast right now. Like he's been really setting up all these strategic plays. He's been setting up the throws, and even if he wasn't setting up the throws, he was either the end receiver and ending up with an assist for the game. So just overall, they're really having a really strong, like, not oppression, but they're having a strong pressure hold on Southeast on Braden River, and it's really going to help Southeast in the end.
Oh, Southeast is currently running, and that is a gain of roughly 4 yards, bringing us to 2nd and 6th. That was a that's a good piece. That's a good piece of a 1st down for Southeast. I believe next play we'll either get a good chunk out of it or potentially get a 1st down.
Right, David. I can't even agree with you more, and especially because now we're getting closer towards the end of the game. It seems like Southeast has figured out the strategy where Braden River is just going to keep themselves piled up in the middle, and they don't have a defense on the left or the right side. And Southeast really noticed that 2nd quarter, and they're relatively taking advantage of it. But I'm curious to see if they'll do that again this quarter and maybe even 4th quarter.
I agree. That was last play was a gain of 0 yards, so we are now on 3rd and 6th. Let's see how this next play will go. Oh, the anticipation. And we throw the ball to number 1, and he is going. He is running. Can he make it? all the way to the 20-yard line. Number 1, Mr. Reese Wilson. That was one great play by wide receiver number 1 and our quarterback number 3, Liam Fernandez. You just love to see it. You just love to see it.
And like I said earlier, like now that it's the score, by the way, for those that are just tuning in and for the inconvenience of the scoreboard, it's currently 22 with 6 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock, and Braden River being 15. And actually, with the 22 points on Southeast, that might actually change based off of how Southeast is playing here. And just overall, Southeast is now gotten the fundamentals down, and they're really starting to add in this pressure, and they are not afraid
and
to
we
go
are
in.
running the ball straight down the field and on the 10-yard line, resulting in now a 2nd and 5. That was a good chunk out of that first down, and we are now right on the end zone. It's in licking distance from us.
It is
right
literally.
there.
We are mere inches. Like we are literally mere centimeters from literally touching that field goal. I kid you not. Southeast is really getting this iron grasp pressure. They are really going at it. They are like builder beasts with their offense and defense. They are not scared, but most importantly, if they got to go in there and they got to go fight in and get that point, they will do absolutely any means necessary to get in. And
that is a gain of 0 yards, bringing us to 3rd and 5. They are still very close to that end zone, though. It's in smelling distance right there. They can smell that touchdown from where they are.
Literally, David, like they could literally feel, they could hear the commentator saying touchdown by Southeast Seminoles. Like I kid you not. Like all they have to do is make one good play right here, and it seemed like they might pass it to number 4. Cornelius Fields. Yeah, Cornelius Fields. They might pass it to him, and he might actually be the guy that might get the touchdown if they play it right.
I agree. Let's see how this next play goes. And they are, the quarterback is running, and they pass it.
Pick up of about 7 yards.
That is roughly 7 yards with us being 3rd and goal. That was a good play. We are now right there on that end zone. Southeast touchdown coming, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Or
know.
even if not, if it's a touchdown, they still get that field goal point. Even then, just getting points just in general, especially now that we've got about 5 minutes left in the quarter, that would really make a difference between like winning or losing. And like we said earlier, it doesn't matter how many points you have. If you even win by just one, win's a win. Right, David?
I agree, yeah. A win is a win. And we are attempting to run the ball again, and that is a touchdown for Southeast, another one. That was a great play, just straight out into that end zone. That was amazing.
That was beautiful. Wow, David, I kid you not. That was beautiful. And I can see this all the way up from the press box. That was beautiful. That was literal art. Ran all the way across, got past to the defense, and they noticed that, hey, Braden River doesn't have that strong left and right defense, so they're not really equal it out. And now they're going to get maybe even up to 31 points if they even get this field goal. And that could really set this pressure on Braden River and really put Braden River in a staggered position, which could overall help Southeast.
And they pass the ball, and that is an unsuccessful two-point conversion. During that touchdown, the crowd was going crazy down there. I even saw people throwing some like blue powder into the air.
Right,
it was crazy.
Yeah, they're throwing smoke out for like blue and yellow, not blue and yellow, but blue and orange smoke for Southeast.
Yeah, just in case you're turning in, the score is currently Seminoles winning with 28-15 with 4 minutes left on the clock.
100%. Honestly, with Southeast is really taking advantage of Braden River's left and right defense. And honestly, as long as Southeast gets that general borderline of like Braden River does not have that left and right defense, they're going to be good. And I know that I keep mentioning this a lot. We're still doing really good.
Yeah, this has been amazing. While we currently have a break and play with the timeout, I just want to say to everyone currently watching this broadcast, thank you very much for tuning in and watching this game. It means a lot to all of us.
It really does. We appreciate it. Even though it may not seem like much, it really does help out a lot. And we can learn a lot from all of you guys watching. We really appreciate the support.
It does.
And if you guys want to come in and support us, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit a like and follow so you can get more videos like these.
Yes, of course. Let's see how this next play goes. Southeast is currently going to be kicking the ball to Braden River.
All right, let's see what Braden River's going to do.
And Braden River now has possession of the ball. They are running through Southeast's defense, and they are stopped at roughly the 35-yard line right there.
Oh, and I just noticed a really big tackle from number 21 there. Got really close to number, I can't see from here, number 39's face on Braden River side. David, who is number 39 on Braden River?
For Braden River, number 39 is, I think you saw it wrong. They don't have a number 39.
They don't have a number
They
39.
do
Oh,
not.
wow. But, yeah, but just honestly, just with and I know folks that have said this a lot of times, but this is just food for thought, like I mentioned before. If Braden River is having this point of where they're focusing too centered, I feel like Braden River would have been able to catch on to this right now. I feel like Braden River would see this. And honestly, I think they are, because now they're paying attention to Southeast's strategies, and they're really looking at it, and they're adapting accordingly.
And Braden River attempts to run the ball, and they are pushing through Southeast's defense with a rough gain of about 7 or maybe 8 yards, giving us to roughly second and 12.
Pickup of about 7 yards on that carry. Second down.
Honestly, overall, from what I'm seeing here, Braden River is using number 66, and they're having a really big person carry the defense on Southeast out, because Braden River realizes that Southeast's defense is really good. And this is just for food for thought for the second time already. Braden River is seeing that, okay, their defense is really good. They're generally a well-rounded team, and it's going to be difficult to make them stumble or put them in a stagnant position. So now with Braden River, they're putting more bigger dudes, and they're putting people that are faster, so they have agile and strength. And let's see, honestly, how this would go from what we're seeing so far.
Well, let's see how this goes. And Braden River throws the ball, and the receiver is now running. Oh, and he's still going. Ooh, slung straight through the air with a roughly 5-yard gain on that play.
Literally just threw him just straight to the ground. David, what number was that from who slammed the guy from Braden River? Because that was a really, really good play, and I want to give that person credit for that, because that was really, really good. Like, he literally grabbed his body and just threw him straight to the left, knocking him back, actually losing yards in it.
That was a really good play by our defensive players.
Really
And,
is.
yeah, let's see how this next play goes. Ooh, I think that might be a false start.
Nope, I think they did.
Okay, and Braden River attempts to run the ball, but cannot, as they are tackled by number 32, Mr.
Dave Dawes.
Mr. 22, number Baron Wilden. Mr. 22.
They're down 7.
Let's continue.
Yeah, just overall, though, just Southeast is like, they're really starting to get this aggressiveness on Braden River, and it's starting to pay off, because now Braden River is starting to back off a little bit.
And
that's
Braden River,
not-
that is an incomplete pass for Braden River out there.
Incomplete. 4th down.
And honestly, with Southeast too, it's not just their, I don't want to say necessarily aggression that's getting Braden River to mess up plays like these, but it's Southeast's passion. That's what sets Southeast completely different from Braden River. They're having this passion, they're having this determination, they're having this will to be like, all right, guys, let's not necessarily just care about getting the points. Let's look at the end game. Let's keep our eyes on the prize. And it's all really thanks to the coaches of getting the players in this mindset. So 100% all kudos to the coaches and to the players for having this mindset and doctrine.
I agree. Let's see how this next play goes. I'm very interested in this. Ooh, and there is a flag on the play. Let's see what that is for. That is a false start for Braden River with a loss of 5 yards. That is not good. I've seen a lot of penalties for false start during this game. What do you think?
Yeah, I really see that there's a lot of penalties so far. And honestly, by the way, really quickly, for those that are coming in and tuning into the game, the scoreboard is 28 to 15. The 28 being Knowles and 15 being the Pirates, with 2 minutes 34 seconds on the clock. And like you said, David, honestly, with Southeast, they're really having this aggression, and they're still coming in, making Braden River commit fouls and losing free yards, which can make or break the difference of you winning or losing. And like we said, it doesn't matter how many points you win by. If you even win by 1 point, a win is a win. And you can say that all day long, believe me.
I agree, and Braden River kicks the ball with Southeast now having possession. And we appear to be in a timeout with them changing out players.
The camera crew is brought to you by Southeast Television, SCTV, as well as our yearbook staff.
So with Southeast, it seems like they're,
Enjoying their time
I
tonight.
think they subbed out and subbed in a couple of
Just
other
wanna
players
give
from
a
what I'm
shout out
seeing
to
here.
those two crews.
But just overall,
Excellent work
Southeast is
that
really
our
having
Southeast
this
students
very strong passion. It's all thanks to the coaches, all kudos to the coaches, and all kudos to the players for having the same doctrine, but also they really put in the work and they put in the hours. They did not slack off in training, and they are determined. They want to win, and it's showing.
And Southeast is trying to run through the players, with that being a gain of 5 yards, bringing us to 2nd and 5 for Southeast High School.
And honestly, David, from what I'm seeing here, number 4, like number 0, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 0 being Jaden Fields, number 1 being Reese Wilson, number 2 being Tyrese Powell, number 3 being Liam Fernandez, and 4 being Cornelius Fields. They're all playing really well, and they're all working together.
And that is a first down for Southeast High School with a passing play. That was one great play.
And for those of you that are tuning in really quickly, the scoreboard is still 28 to 15, 28 being Knowles and 15 Pirates Braden River. And the time right now is 1 minute and 49 seconds. But overall, though, both teams are still respectively doing good. Let's not sleep on the fact that Braden River's skill is really starting to adapt. They're starting to notice the plays, and they're starting to get their defenses spread it out compared to the first half of the game. And Southeast is starting to realize that, yeah, they're getting their defense in, and they're starting to match either the competition of Braden River, or they're just overall getting this sense of, all right, you want to put in defense, we'll put in defense and offense. We'll mix it up. And they're testing things out while still keeping a stronghold and pressure on Braden River.
I completely agree. And one thing I have noticed, Southeast has really been keeping the numbers in line. Most of the plays have been by number 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's been astonishing. Makes my job pretty easy.
I can't agree more with you on that, David. It's really hard to see the numbers up here, so it actually makes our lives a lot easier, I will admit.
Yes, it does. Ooh. That is a gain about 3 yards for Southeast. Let's see how this next play goes. I am very interested to see how this next play goes.
I can't agree with you more, David. I'm really curious to see what Southeast's strategy is on getting the ball over, or at least defending.
Ooh, and Southeast is attempting to run the ball, with that being a rather large gain, with us being around 3rd and 2, if I'd say so myself.
Number 5, Marvelous Jackson. I'm seeing that now. Number 5, Marvelous Jackson is really starting to get in there and just start putting in pressure. And even when he started to fall down, he still made an effort to get in there and try to get as many yards as he could. Maybe he didn't get towards the field goal, but he still tried to get as many yards as he could, because sometimes getting maybe even 1 yard increase can make the make or break of you winning a state championship and you getting 2nd place.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. And this next play coming up is, and Southeast is running the ball, and I believe that is a first down for Southeast, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what the referee has to say
Let's
about
see what
this.
the ref has to say.
But it looks like it's enough for another Southeast. First down.
And that is a first down for Southeast, giving us a current count of 10
and this should actually do for the 3rd quarter, moving into the final quarter of the game. And from what it's looking like, Southeast might have it in the bag here, ending the 3rd quarter with 28 and 15, 28 being the Knowles and 15 being the Pirates.
Now that is a quarter of football. That quarter was very fun to watch from up here. Very energetic. A lot of stuff happened that quarter right there.
100%. And some things that people get mixed up when it comes to football, it may not necessarily be focused on the touchdowns or people getting slammed right in their face. That's not necessarily the point of football. The point of football is having a strong foundation of defense and offense and being strategic. And having strategy is very, very important. It's like you having the ability to talk or speak. If you don't have it, it's hard. It's possible to communicate, but it makes your life more difficult. And having this strategy makes it a lot more easier, not only for the players, but it makes it easier for the coaches. And you can actually adapt much more easier with the other teams, especially with Southeast. They've had this trend of adapting and just having this rapid growth. Even when they lose, they still take notes and they get better the next time. And it clearly shows, right, David?
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. To anyone just now tuning in to our broadcast, we are just now starting the fourth quarter with Southeast winning 28-15.
But yeah, just overall, just Southeast's defense and offense is still playing really good. And even though it's only it's the last quarter, it could be anyone's game. Braden River could make a comeback. It is still possible. It's still possible that Braden River could get a takeover and Southeast could lose. It is still possible, although it's not necessarily the most ideal result. Anything could still happen. It's anyone's game is the point.
It is definitely possible. Southeast is now running the ball up the field, with that being a gain of roughly 3 yards, I'd say, bringing us to, if I'm not mistaken, 3rd and 2nd.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on this, David.
Grand slam
Honestly,
home run by the Mariners.
are we getting a call? No, we do not get a call. All right. But just now that
They're down and
Southeast
2 to
has this fundamental of the defensing strategy, they're having this sense of
And
being
that
able to
is a first
fend off
down for
against them,
Southeast.
like
right
with
there.
number 5 getting the
Oh, and he's
easy-
going all the way.
Bam.
He is going all the way straight into that end zone right there for a touchdown. Another touchdown
Another
for
touchdown.
Southeast right there with number 5, Mr. Marvelous Jackson right there.
Oh wait, there's a flag.
Oh,
on the
there's
call.
currently a
Hold on.
flag on the play. Let's
There's
see.
a flag on the play
Let's
here.
see
Let's
what
see what
comes from
let's see what
this.
they're gonna call on.
Okay, unfortunately that play is being reset due to a flag on the play.
And
When
yeah.
Southeast is running with the ball, and that is a first down for Southeast.
And by the way, for those that are just tuning
Well, it
in, the
looks
score
like
right now
another
is
Southeast
28
first
to 15.
down.
And we also get a first down on the play too. So this is going to be very good for Southeast. But not even just that, but the scoreboard right now, we've got about, I would say 10 minutes and 20 seconds with a score of 28 to 15, 28 being the Noles and 15 being the Pirates. Overall, Southeast is, even though they didn't get that touchdown and there was a flag on the play, now that they realize that Braden River has these flaws, they're going to use that to their advantage, and we're about to see how they're going to use it right now.
Yeah, let's see. Southeast is currently attempting to run the ball, and that is a gain of about 2 yards, I believe, bringing us to 2nd and 8.
Yeah, honestly, I really think that with Southeast, and just with not even just with Southeast, I want to look at Braden River really quickly. With Braden River, a lot of the stronghold of everything, they're really getting the grasp of Southeast, especially with the second quarter.
Oh, yeah.
They were really going neck and neck. They were literally throwing hands and just fighting for the point, and they were really trying to stop Southeast in getting in. And honestly, I think if Braden River is able to adapt in,
When
go
Southeast
in,
is
and try to
running the
stop
ball,
them,
and that is a first down for Southeast right there. Another first down for Southeast. We are right into that end zone.
100%. Like I said with Braden River, it's that
Chains are dropped.
they have a really good
Markers on
solid
the 10, that
defense.
means
They're
it's
doing
in,
everything
there's
right.
Southeast.
It's that now
First
Southeast
down,
is
and goes
Southeast
to
is
go.
not necessarily thing that makes them scary, but with Southeast is able to go in and adapt per like during the match. So it's like Southeast can go in with 15 different players, and then the next time they change 5 more different players and then completely confuse the opposite team.
Southeast is attempting to run the ball, and that is a gain of 0 yards, now bringing us to 2nd and goal.
Small loss on the play.
Already, so it seems like Southeast is planning something here, and just like I've said before, Southeast is having the solid grasp, and they're just really adapting really well. But let's just see what they're gonna do here.
Let's see, and Southeast is attempting to run the ball again, and that is a gain of 2 yards, if I'm not mistaken, bringing us now to 3rd and goal. They are right into that end zone, if I do say so myself. What do you say?
I would 100% agree with you on that, David. And even if Southeast doesn't get the touchdown, they could still get up to 31 points, which is still really strong. And like I've mentioned earlier in this broadcast and throughout the broadcast, sometimes just getting a field goal or even just getting a safety point, it really makes a huge difference. So by them getting the field goals and by them getting the easy points guaranteed, they are way more likely going to at least guarantee a win than rather than risking it and having this suspense and elemental like surprise. Does that make sense, David?
Yes, I agree 100%. I am very excited to see what happens on this next play, which they are keeping from me apparently because we are now going into a timeout.
And by the way, those of you who are tuning in, or if you guys would like a score update, it is currently 28-15, and we've got about 7 minutes and 21 seconds. Scoreboard is 28-15, 28 being the Noles and 15 being the Braden River Pirates.
I completely agree.
And also with Braden River and with Southeast, both teams are doing very, very formidable. I would say with Braden River, their defense, if they're going up with Southeast on offense, they really need to have their defense spread out, because the problem is that, and especially I think I can see this from throughout the entire game, they've really had only most of their defense in the center point. With compared to Southeast, they've had their defense spread out and less people in the center, allowing for more of those strategic plays and for more of those like screenshotting, capture like oohs and ahs type of plays. Does that make sense, David?
Yes, I completely agree with everything you're saying. I am very excited to see this next play. I truly think this is the play where we get that ball into that end zone. We take that ball home.
Right, and anything honestly could happen. All it takes is just one good play, David.
And the quarterback is running with the ball, and he is attempting to throw it. Oh, and that is an interception by Braden River in the end zone right there. That has to hurt right there.
It really does have to hurt, David. And like I said before, I think if Southeast couldn't have, if they couldn't have gotten that touchdown, they could have at least attempted to get the field goal. But now Braden River has the ball, and I'm really curious to see what Braden River is able to cook up here, because if I'm not mistaken, Braden River hasn't had the ball as frequently compared to Southeast in the second half. Am I or am I not wrong, David?
I agree with you. I of course don't have exact numbers up here, but I do believe Southeast has had possession for much more time than Braden River in this game.
Right, and honestly, Southeast is having, like I said earlier, if you have this pressure and this rhythm in football, you already have won half the battle, and we're going to see exactly why this happens in here.
Yeah, let's see this next play with Braden River on offense. This is going to be interesting. Ooh, and Braden River is attempting to run the ball, but it is not enough with a loss of 1 yard, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually,
second and 11.
And actually, that almost created actually almost a fumble or failed pass over because of them almost dropping the ball. But luckily, Braden River was able to catch themselves on it. And honestly, I'm really curious to see what Braden River's strategy could be here, especially because they've had less time on the ball, and I'm wondering what they could do with about 6 minutes left in the final quarter.
I completely agree, and Braden River is attempting to make a passing play out there, and they throw the ball, and it is intercepted by Southeast.
Wow!
Southeast now has possession of the ball at the 50-yard line. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up right here.
Dear Lord. Oh, I already know. Oh, my goodness.
And the fans in the stands are erupting with plays like this. It is a sight to behold.
100%, David. The Southeast football players are happy. The cheerleaders are cheering like crazy. We are all going into overtime. And wow, I'm completely flabbergasted. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, with Southeast's plays like this, if they keep this up, Southeast is going to win. And if Braden River really needs to get out of this position of them being staggered, because right now Braden River is in this point of where they are in a sense of them being it to where they can't not necessarily react, but they can't really make as much moves because Southeast has had more ball time compared to Braden River per se.
Yes, I completely agree with this statement. Possession of the ball is key, truly, in this sport. If you possess the ball, you make the plays. And, well, let's see what this next play brings us. And Southeast is attempting to run the ball, and that is a gain of roughly 4 yards, I think, bringing us to 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 4.
Right, and honestly, from what I'm understanding here, a lot of Southeast is like, I don't want to say they're builder beasts, but the way that they play, it is a very interesting art. I say it's an art because of the fact that their play style separates them from Manatee per se. They don't play like traditional football, or they don't play like a traditional coordinated team. They play differently. That's what makes them unique, and we're going to see why exactly this helps them.
And Southeast is attempting to run the ball again, and that is a first down, I believe.
Check the spot on the forward progress.
Let's see what the referee has to say about this.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, Dave, let's see what the refs got to say.
Chain crew is moving, so that looks like it's another Southeast first down.
And that is a first down for Southeast. Great play right there. I really love it when a great play happens and you have to wait for the ruling, and then just the referee comes out there, makes a singular hand signal, and the whole crowd just goes up in flames.
Wild.
It's something to behold.
100%. And by the way, for those that would like a score update, for those that are just tuning in, currently it is 28-15, and we've got about 5 minutes in the final quarter, and Southeast now has possession of the ball.
I agree. Let's see what's happening
Timeout,
here.
Southeast.
Oh, and Southeast is taking a timeout to discuss important matters.
Alrighty, honestly, I really think with Southeast, they're taking this timeout because they know that if they play their cards right in the next 3 minutes, in the next 2 to 3 minutes per se, they could end this game not only with a potential drastic lead, but they could really like drop the ballpark on Braden River and really send them back home. And honestly, from what I'm seeing here, they really do not want to mess this up because honestly, we may never know. This could be the last time that they get access to a first down like this ever for the rest of the game, and then Braden River has possession of the ball, and then they're stuck playing defense. Wouldn't you agree, David?
Oh, I completely agree. I am very interested to see what this next play will bring. I don't know why. I just have a feeling this play right here is going to be good. I have a feeling.
It's like a sense.
Yeah.
It's like you're here. It's like you're hearing. Like you can feel like it's a good play.
My football sense. And Southeast is attempting to run the ball, and that is not a first down, bringing us to roughly 2nd and 3rd, I believe.
2nd down and 4.
And honestly, with Southeast has, and like I said earlier, before they got the first down, I said that with Southeast, they are not like Manatee. They're not like Palmetto. They're not like Port Charlotte. They're not like all these other high school teams. They have a different coaching style, and that's really what makes them different from other football teams.
I agree,
Technical
and
loss there. Or at least no game. Nope, loss of blood.
there's a flag on the
Third down.
play currently, and it is a 3rd down for Southeast.
Oh yeah, shout out happy birthday to player number 63, Anthony.
Happy birthday, Anthony.
Happy birthday, Anthony. And, oh yeah, by the way, and number 63 is Anthony Corrado. He is a center and is a guard, and he is a junior. All right, let's see what they're gonna do here.
And Southeast.
Oh!
That is an interception by Braden River. Are they going? They're going.
Oh!
That was almost a pick 6. However, they are now on the 10-yard line.
Wow.
Right on that end zone. That is very unfortunate for Southeast, but very fortunate for Braden River. What's happening?
100%. Even when we've got 3 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock and Southeast having 28 points and Braden River being 15, they could 100% still win the game. Not even win the game. They could actually push it into overtime and maybe even if they absolutely fight with every last team that they have, they could maybe even win in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
Together. Great job, student section.
For people just now turning in, Southeast
Make it
is
loud for the
currently
last
in the lead,
3.5
28-15, and there is 3 minutes left
Great
in
job
the
by
whole
the
game.
Southeast cheerleaders.
Honestly,
Good
with
cheering all night
Southeast,
long.
as long as because these
Way to
next
go,
3
ladies.
minutes are going to be chaotic.
And
I
out
will
on
admit
it.
that. And
Good to see you out there working
overall,
hard, too.
I want to see how this
Let's
is
hear
going
it
to work
for
before I
our
add
Nolettes
anything
as
to the
well.
chaotic term. And I think it's only necessary to see what's going to happen.
Let's do it. Let's see what happens on this play. And Braden River passes the ball and runs it with roughly 2 yards gained, bringing us to 2nd and 8.
And honestly, like back to the me saying chaos
Outside pass
earlier,
for a
the
2-yard
reason why I
gain.
say this game is
Second
going to be
down.
chaotic is because it is the last 3 minutes of the game. Braden River is down by a significant amount of points, but it's still winnable. And Braden River is going to try every being to get out and get out of this staggered position because Braden River is a little bit staggered in terms of them being able to get the ball. And now they have it, so let's see what they'll do here.
Yeah, let's see. They are attempting to make a running play and are pushed back, actually losing roughly 5 yards, it looks like, bringing them to 3rd and
Tackle for
15.
loss. Be 3rd down and 9.
Of course.
On the 13-yard line. Three minutes and 15 seconds to go.
Let's see what happens right here. Things could go very good and very bad. And they attempt to throw the ball, and that is an incomplete pass for Braden River.
Something that I'm starting to notice too is that it seems like Braden River is starting to set something up with a touchdown. Because I'm noticing that they're starting to get that access of where they're trying to use the same strategy that Southeast is using when they're playing offensive. So what I'm trying to say here is, folks, is that Braden River is going to try to set something up, either not necessarily diving in because that's not going to work, but they're going to go in and they're going to either go on the left or the right point of the field and they're going to try to dive in. And they've been doing that for the last 2 plays, and it has worked in some category. Even with them long hauling the ball last play, something could happen. And I have a feeling that they might turn out something here. And Southeast is really noticing this too. So I'm curious to see what could come out of this. Right, David?
I completely agree. I am very interested to see these next few plays. And something I always like to say, in football, every single play is very good. Just depends on which team it's good for.
I guess you go. But yeah, like you said, David, honestly, football is an art. It's an art because anything can happen and it could be anyone's game. And like I said, this game is going to get chaotic real fast, people. So get your popcorn and let's tune in on this.
Let's see what's going to happen in this next play. Braden River is attempting to pass the ball, and that is an incomplete pass. That was very close to both a touchdown and an interception.
Actually,
An incomplete, though, is what we got.
Actually, that was really close because from my perspective, David, Braden River almost caught the ball from where I was at, but they dropped it like something must have tipped them, and they dropped the ball, causing the incomplete pass. And by the way, for those of you that are tuning in or are coming back or just watching, there are currently 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Southeast has 28 points and Braden River has 15 points. Southeast having possession of the ball.
Our concession stands are still open just for a little while longer. If you need a bite to go or a drink to go, make sure that you stop by the concession stands to
And we are lining back up to play this beautiful game that we call football.
thank you for supporting our concession.
All right, but I'm curious because Southeast now has possession of the ball. Braden River is in a staggered position to where they do not have much ball time.
Ooh, and Southeast is attempting to run the ball with a gain of roughly 2 yards, it looks, from my angle. Bringing us to roughly...
Hard 3 yards by Southeast. There's a timeout
Speaking of,
by Braden
actually,
River to stop the clock
with what
with
is
2
happening
minutes
here
and 30
is that
seconds left.
Southeast is having this sense of planning. They love to use their timeouts and they love to use their resources. This game is not necessarily about completely brute strength, It's all about utilizing your resources efficiently and having strong compartment when you use your resources. And what I mean by resources, folks, I mean by like your timeouts, how many points you have more than the team, like how far are you towards the end goal, or how far towards your opponent is in the field goal, and whatnot. And generally, they have a lot of resources. They have a large utility and they have a large belt. So if they have it, they're going to be good.
Well done tonight.
I completely agree. I am
And thank
very
you, local
interested
middle
to see how this
schools,
goes.
for working together, playing together, and thriving together as a music department and as a music program throughout our county. Well done.
And we are lining back up, and Southeast is attempting to run the ball. However, their defense stopped them in their tracks with a gain of 0 yards, I believe.
And by the way, for those of you that are tuning in once again, now the timer is at 2 minutes and 25 seconds, and the score remains at 28 points, and Braden River at 15 points. Southeast has possession of the ball right now.
Long 5 to go.
Yeah.
For a first down.
And honestly, this game could really this game is really an art. And like I said earlier, it's an art because of the resources. And Southeast is really utilizing the resources efficiently, and they're really trying to plan here because they are aware that anything in the next 2 minutes and 25 seconds, physically, and when I mean this, physically and literally anything could happen. Braden River could get a turnover and win the entire game, screwing over Southeast. Or Southeast could completely storm Braden River and win by 40 points to 15. Anything could happen. And they want to make sure that the favors are in Southeast's outcome. Does that make sense, David?
Oh, yes, it does. I completely agree with everything you say. And let's see how this play in particular goes. We are lining up. Let's see what happens. Possible Southeast first down? Maybe. And Southeast is attempting to run the ball again, and they are going far. That is a first down already, and that is a first down for Southeast on the 45-yard line.
Wow.
That was one good play. I love those type of plays, like those good burst plays. What do you think about
Burst
this?
plays 100%. By the way, David, what number player was that? Because that person really not only did they literally curve and break ankles, this person really weaved in, dodged left and right, and tried as hard to find the opening. And this is what Southeast should be doing a little bit more, is having this sense of being able to stir their wheel quickly if they absolutely need to. And that's why they're at number 9 in the whole state right now, is because they're able to make plays like these, and they're able to put these in mid-game and literally adapt like it's nothing.
I believe that was number 5, Mr. Marvelous Jackson.
Yeah, 100%. Number 5 really knows how to break ankles. Am I right, David?
I agree, and now we are lining up for the next play. Let's see how this goes.
Still running. It'll be second down.
Okay, it is now 2nd down.
And here, I really think that Southeast, they're really not only utilizing their time, and the game is going to run in to a minute and literally a minute and 10 seconds. So Southeast is really going to try and think here. So what I think Southeast is going to do is, because they have point advantage and because they have this sense of being able to have the ball, they're going to try to play defense, because now we're at this point where Southeast just bags in the win from what's happening.
That is a penalty for delay of game on Southeast. That is 2 penalties in a row. Seems like we just really want to give ourselves a challenge. Or we're just running the clock down, actually, now I think about it. Yeah, we're just running the clock down.
Yeah, we're just running the clock, because I don't think Braden River can do anything from this point, because we have literally a 14-point lead advantage, and we have possession of the ball, so we can keep doing this, and it's fine.
We can. And actually, speaking of that, with only 25 seconds left.
That is ball game with Southeast
And
Seminoles.
Southeast wins the game. That concludes it with the Southeast win. Thank you, everyone who's watching. Thank you very much for tuning in. I've been your commentator, David Morgan.
And I'm Xavier Cento. I'm your host. And if you guys like more commentating like this, if you guys like broadcasting like this, please drop a follow and subscribe. We appreciate the support, and we thank you guys very much. God bless. Stay safe. Have a good weekend, guys. I'm Xavier Cento.
And I'm David Morgan.
Catch you guys in the next one. See ya.
Go Noles.
Dominic! What's up, my boy?